Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. As always, I'm Sum.
And I'm Cody, and this is Cody Sum.
So today we are getting ready to leave for a trip we've been planning forever. We're finally going back to Europe.
Can't wait.
So we've been rushing around today, but we wanted to
we're
squeeze
taking
in
the red eye.
Video.
We're taking the red eye to London tonight. Literally leaving here in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Bags packed, ready to go. But we just kind of wanted to sit down and talk a little bit about traveling as a couple, traveling as a gay person, I don't know,
just traveling in general. I mean, we haven't been able to go on a trip to Europe for a long time. We went, in 2019 when we first started dating, to Ireland.
Yeah.
And then the world shut down.
Yeah, and besides that, we've been doing domestic travel, like mostly for my job or just weekend trips. Yeah. So.
I don't know. I don't really consider, like, when I think of Mexico, I know it is international travel, but I don't think of it as international travel.
Yeah. But honestly, my first question is, it's something that someone's brought up to me before. What do you think someone should wear to the airport? We got called out for wearing shorts and a tank once because we were traveling from summertime here to somewhere hotter.
I think you should just be comfy. I feel like we always dress comfy, and I like to dress for the weather of the place we're going to.
Yeah.
So like that time we got called out at the airport for wearing shorts and tank tops. I mean, one, it was warm here in LA, but we were on our way to Miami where it was going to be so hot that I dressed for the weather of where I was going.
Yeah.
And also, when I'm going to be on a 6-hour flight, I want to be comfy.
Yeah.
So it was, like you said, we got called out on
a lot of people were commenting that you should dress nice, like you're going, like
I miss the days when people dress nice.
Up. Yeah. I was like, these people obviously have not taken flights over 5 hours.
I mean, if you're going on a business trip, whatever, I don't know, if you're headed to a meeting or that's just the world you're in as far as like, I don't know, you're someone who always wears suits.
Yeah.
But for us, I mean, like right now.
Is this nice? I have jeans on a t-shirt.
Yeah, and I'm wearing these like jogger pants because we're about to be on an 11-hour flight.
Yeah.
And I want to be comfy. I want to be able to like sleep.
Yeah, that's one thing I've never, as a frequent flyer, I've never really understood people's opinions on dressing on the airplane. I feel like you should be able to dress however you want. I do think you should wear socks and shoes. Especially if you're going to take your shoes off, you need to have socks on. That's a big thing with me.
Is it?
I don't want your feet. One, don't be barefoot in a plane. Some gross stuff happens.
I never thought about that.
I
feel like I'm always wearing shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, those times when we've been fortunate enough to get upgraded to first class, it is nice to take my shoes off, and I feel like they give slippers?
Yeah, like they physically give you socks and slippers in first class because they don't want your feet out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know. What if you're a girl and you're wearing heels? I don't know. Where was the scariest place you've ever traveled?
My scariest place was I went to Brazil. I was in a wedding there from a friend from college who he was marrying. He's French Canadian, but she was Brazilian. And we flew into Rio, and as excited as we were, and as how much fun we did have on the trip, 1 hour in, a girl in our group was mugged. Mugged as in she was walking down the street with her clutch in her hand and a guy on a bike, like,
swept by?
Flew by, grabbed her purse, and see you later.
You didn't chase after him?
No. But the funny thing is that the police actually found her clutch. Inside of it, there was her license, thank God, and one tampon. And she looked at us and was like, "It's weird. That was a man, and there were 7 tampons in here." So
what did you do with the other 6?
Was a funny part of the story. But even when we went to Belém, which was where the wedding was, which is northern Brazil, we got a lot of warnings of like not walking alone, not walking in this area or this area because it's not safe. So it just was a very like tense vacation.
I feel like I've heard that from multiple people about Brazil, is that Rio and stuff, gays love to go there for the holidays, but like it can be,
you look American, they are coming for you because they are like, wow, these guys are stupid, I can easily rob them, and it's true. So what has been your worst experience actually flying? Like flight-wise? Like, were you late? Did you have to stay somewhere a couple nights? Did they lose your bags?
I feel like it was just this wrap when we were buying the house in South Dakota. Like, I had them. What was it?
You were late for your flight, though.
No, but then the one home. Remember, the flight was delayed, and I only had a 45-minute layover. And
you didn't make it.
And then so the flight that left was a half hour late, and so I landed in Vegas, and I was literally running up to the terminal, and they had probably closed it like 30 seconds before, and I saw the plane backing out, and it was already like 10 o'clock at night, and they were like, we don't have any flights for you till tomorrow. And that was like probably one of the most frustrating things of thinking I was going to have to and they said it was my fault, so I would have to buy a hotel or whatever, or I don't know. So I mean, luckily I was able to just call a few airlines and find a late night flight on like Southwest or whatever, but that was frustrating.
My worst, I have two. I was in Singapore for work, and it was right before Christmas time, so I bought all these Christmas gifts in Singapore for my family, and I had a connection on the way back through Hong Kong, and our flight from Singapore was late, so I missed my flight to Hong Kong. Not only was I switching flights, but I was switching airlines. Like, I went from, I don't even know, Japanese Airlines to American Airlines or something like that. And they lost my bags. So I got back, and Christmas was like a week away, lost my bags, didn't get them in time for Christmas, so I had to go buy all new Christmas gifts. And then I got it like a month later, like at the end of January. And it wasn't the airlines that helped me. Some random person in the office in a Hong Kong airport called me and was like, your bags are sitting here. Where do you want me to send them? And I was
calling all new gifts.
I was calling.
But then you had all these second gifts to give, right?
That's why all the kids are spoiled.
Yeah. Now they expect 2 gifts.
Yeah. But then also on the way back from our Brazil trip, it was 3 flights. We had 3 flights to take, and one was in Guyana, and they make you sit outside on the curb until like 2 hours before your flight. You can't even go in the airport. And we go in, and I bought my flights with 2 of my friends, and they had their names on the list, not my name. And I had to purchase another flight right on the spot to go home. And it's already been such a long day. We left the wedding reception in Brazil to go to the airport. It was a very messy trip, but I had to pay like $600 for a flight on.
You didn't have like an email confirmation?
I did, and they wouldn't give it to me. Yeah. And I even bought trip insurance, and the trip insurance would not reimburse me either.
Okay. My opinion on trip insurance is don't get it.
We learned that after renting cars.
Well, renting cars, like anything to do with flights, I never rent trip insurance. I always hear it's the worst experience. Yep. They end up screwing you. Yeah. I've never had to use it for flights, but like we've had to use it for the cars. Like when they ask you to get the car insurance through the site before you get there, and then they get there and they're like, oh, that's not our insurance. You have to buy more.
Well, never buy flight insurance now that most airlines have no cancellation fees and just give you trip credit. So you're good.
My opinion, don't buy trip insurance for a flight ever. No, it's not worth it.
Yeah, maybe if it's like a first class $4,000 flight to another country, like maybe. I feel like maybe that's worth buying some insurance, but besides that.
Well, and now I think it's saying like, oh, get a full refund if your flight was canceled for any reason, blah, blah, blah. But now the airlines, they're going to give you a flight credit anyways. Yeah. So if you're someone like us that we're going to travel eventually anyways, like, I'll just take the flight credit and get a new flight and use that later.
So now flight insurance would only be good if you actually want that cash back in your pocket.
Yeah.
But
even then, it's probably going to be a hassle to get it back.
Yeah.
Our flight today, we are headed to London to start. So we leave tonight at like 10:30, and it is a direct flight, which I love. So I'm going to pop a Xanax. We're both going to pop a Xanax.
And we're drink some champagne.
We're going to drink some champagne. They'll feed us, and then hopefully we can sleep for like 6-7 hours. It's not going to be the best sleep. But then we're
flying right there.
Yeah, we'll wake up and it'll be 4:30 in the afternoon in London.
Yeah, and then we're there for a week, and then we're in Paris for a week, and then we're in Santorini for like 2 days, and then we end in Mykonos.
Yeah.
We fly back to Paris for a night, and then we come home on August
23rd. Which, what I learned from this trip is flying out of Mykonos is very expensive, and there's no direct flights from Mykonos to here. So you're going to have to stop. It looked like at least 2 stops.
Yeah.
And it was so expensive. So it was actually cheaper to just pay a couple $100, fly from Mykonos to Paris, spend one night there, and then we got a direct flight home for a fraction of the cost from Paris, which was great. So,
but this was sort of our trip intro video.
Yeah.
You know, if you have any questions or comments or want to see anything while we're away, you know, comment below because we're going to be vlogging the whole time.
Yeah.
And showing you guys what we're seeing, and
I think we'll do a vlog in each city for the most part.
Yeah, so
I don't know. We'll
stay
see what
tuned for
capture.
those,
Yeah.
and if there's anything you want to see specifically, let us know. We'll try to grab it and show you guys. So, I think that's all we have.
Is it?
Yeah.
You ready to go?
We gotta get to the airport.
We got our bags.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.